What happens when a weasel learns to swim and decides chaos is a lifestyle? Meet the otter Fluffy, adorable, and a card-carrying member of the mustelid family, aka the We're Cute, but we bite evolutionary fan club. You know who else is in that family? Wolverines, honey badgers, ferrets on meth. Otters just hide their menace under a pile of wet fur and squeaky sounds. But don't be fooled, these aren't cuddly river puppies. These are tiny aquatic criminals with no respect for order, personal space, or crab rights. They've got long, noodle-shaped bodies designed for slipping through water like furry torpedoes. Add razor-sharp teeth and claws. And you've got a predator that looks like a plush toy but hunts like a greased-up velociraptor. They'll flip over rocks, dive bombfish, and yeet themselves across ice like they're auditioning for Cirque du Soleil Aquatic Hooligan Edition. Also, as fun fact, sea otters have the thickest fur of any mammal. Why? Because evolution said screw blubber and gave them the marine mammal equivalent of a Patagonia catalog. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're into animals that deserved better designs or maybe just better impulse control. Bonus, drop your favorite deceptively cute menace in the comments. We're watching you, Slow Loris. You know an animal's up to something when it carries a rock in its armpit like it's a weaponized lunch tray. Yes, otters have little flaps of skin they use as pockets, not for snacks. Not for emotional support, pebbles. No, they keep stones because they're out here breaking open shells and shattering dreams. Otters are one of the few non-primate animals to regularly use tools. They grab a clam, pull out their favorite murder rock, and start smashing it on their chest like they're doing DIY seafood prep without the courtesy of a plate. Sometimes they just smash things for fun. Sometimes they do it out of spite. Either way, it's chaos and it's personal. But the real kicker, they don't always kill to eat. Otters have been observed terrorizing crabs for sport, flipping them like coins, then leaving them to skitter away in existential crisis. Imagine being a crustacean just trying to vibe, and suddenly you're in an underwater WWE match with a fur noodle that thinks it's hilarious. This is not a balanced ecosystem. This is a violent sandbox where the bully has a rock, zero accountability, and the evolutionary blessing to never grow up. If you've ever thought, man, I wish I could nap while wrapped in a salad, congratulations, you and the otter share a bedtime strategy. These chaos seals float on their backs, swaddle themselves in kelp, and hold hands like they're starring in a Hallmark original titled Love in the Estuary. Sounds cute, right? It is. Until you realize this is literally to avoid drifting apart and dying alone at sea, which is less awe and more emotional damage wrapped in seaweed. They'll grip paws with a buddy and snooze mid-current, trusting that tangled vegetation will act as a weighted blanket. And yes, they have favorite nap spots, which they defend like tired suburban dads defending their recliner. You get too close, and it's slap fight time in the splash zone. Also, otters make noises that range from squeaks to soul-piercing shrieks, like a rubber duck possessed by a demon who stubbed its toe. Imagine drifting off to sleep next to that. And don't get us started on how clingy they get with their food, tools, and each other. It's like evolution said. Give them murder mittens and codependency. Boom. Otter. Their whole life is a floaty soap opera. They're cute. They're chaotic. They're one kelp scarf away from getting a TikTok sponsorship. Now, you'd think with all this unhinged behavior, nature would have thrown otters on the endangered list out of spite. And guess what it did? At least for a while. Several otter species, especially sea otters, got real close to extinct but remembered fondly by furries. Why? Well, mostly because humans saw their ultra-luxury fur and went, ooh, soft. Let's wear it until they're gone. Classic move. But instead of fading out quietly, otters made a comeback. Because of course they did. They bounced back thanks to protections, conservation, and probably sheer force of delusional self-confidence. Now they're out here reclaiming rivers like wet goblins with no sense of shame. They'll raid fishing nets, terrorize shellfish populations, and scream like banshees if you look at them funny. The best part, they don't care what anyone thinks. While some species are still struggling, plenty of otters are living their best feral lives in coastal towns like they're the real locals. So yes, they almost went extinct, and no, they didn't learn a damn thing from it. Would we bring them back if they vanished again? Maybe. But only if we needed something to replace raccoons as nature's furry problem child.